Captain Rian sent me to find you. Your presence is urgently required in Leyawiin Castle.
What's going on at Leyawiin Castle?
The councillors have taken refuge in the castle, and have been discussing options with the Chamber of Legates. We decided to send you and the Wood Elf to investigate the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary you learned about in Gideon.
Okay. And what do they want us to do when we get there?
I think they want you to investigate, ascertain the situation. But the Wood Elf would know more. I'm just an overqualified messenger. Will you heed the captain and go to Leyawiin Castle? Everly Sharparrow is anxiously awaiting your arrival.
I will go to Leyawiin Castle and speak to Everly.
Want to prove yourself?
Fancy yourself a friend to all bugs? I know some that need your help.
There you are. Ready to investigate the sanctuary?
Maybe.
Keep an eye out for any suspicious activity. The threat could come from anywhere.
Please. I have no time for either constituents or admirers. My life may be in danger.
To keep a situation like this a secret from his fellow legates. What was Leviticus thinking? And now Councillor Jirik is dead. When the river rises, everyone gets wet, I'm afraid.
Whatever the truth behind the murders of my fellow councillors, we can't allow the Dark Brotherhood to gain a foothold in Blackwood. I'd like you and Evely to go to Bloodrun Cave to ascertain the situation there. Talk to Evely and make your plans.
Shouldn't you send the Brigadines to deal with the Dark Brotherhood?
Until we know more, I'm not prepared to engage in an all-out war with the Dark Brotherhood. No, better to send you and Evely to investigate the situation. Then we can determine if a more forceful response is warranted.
Of course.
Leyawiin and its citizens are in danger, and Leviticus is only telling the Chamber of Legates about this now? This one knew we weren't done with Leovic and the Longhouse Emperors. She just knew it.
Leviticus has finally decided to act. Good. Find the Dark Brotherhood's sanctuary hidden in Bloodrun Cave and end this threat once and for all. Oh. And take the Wood Elf with you. I understand she's the one who warned Leviticus in the first place.
All right, you heard Leviticus. Time to get back to work. While the councillors remain here and wait for the scribe to show up, we need to determine what your Dark Brotherhood friends are actually up to. Show me that letter you found in Gideon.
Here. It's orders from a Dark Brotherhood matron. They want to establish a sanctuary in the area.
Yeah, these are definitely orders. It mentions Bloodrun Cave. That's northeast of Leyawiin, toward the edge of Blackwood territory. Well, as the spinners always say, the best way to find out what's happening in the clearing is to step into it.
The letter indicates that the entrance to the sanctuary is deep inside the cave.
Of course it does. Nothing has been easy since I found that strange book and started chasing down Leovic's secret. Well, are you still interested in solving the mystery of the ambitions? will you come with me to Bloodrun Cave?
I will go with you to Bloodrun Cave to investigate the sanctuary.
Meet me at Bloodrun Cave. Despite your assurances, we need to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt whether the Dark Brotherhood is behind the murders or not. I'm still not sure I can trust you. You're an assassin, and you only just told me.
I helped the Dark Brotherhood in the Gold Coast and they made me a member.
Alright, but why keep it a secret from me? We were trying to prevent the councillors from being murdered, but 4 people had to die before you decided to mention your connection to the murderers. Oh, sorry, possible murderers.
Evely, you know me. We worked well together in Arsenium. Anything else doesn't matter.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Alright, your secret's safe with me. But if the Dark Brotherhood turns out to be involved and you lied to me, well, let's assume that's not going to happen. I just hope I don't have another one of those waking visions.
Waking vision?
Remember back at Fort Blueblood when we found the murdered servant?
Yes.
I had a vision of a shadowy figure. It was a robed and hooded cultist. Order of the Waking Flame, I think. It was brief and powerful, over in a moment, but the figure felt evil.
And you think these dreams and visions are connected to the strange book you recovered?
What else could it be? It's written in an unknown language. Probably Daedric. Lupus sent me to find it, so it must be important.
I get it.
The last vision was a warning about the cultists. I can't let them get this book. I'll hang on to it, no matter what.
Okay. So, something new you wanted to say me?
Be careful, but do whatever you deem necessary to find out the truth of the Dark Brotherhood's presence in Blackwood. The councillors and I will wait here in the castle for the scribe to arrive. Hopefully, we'll have information when you return.
When this is all over, Leviticus is going to have...
Determine the truth by all means, mercenary. But do not fall sway to the Dark Brotherhood's lies. It would be better if you strike first and ask questions later. After you flush the vermin from their lair in Bloodrun Cave.
It is easy to say, you know.
Are the legates in danger too? Or just Leviticus and the councillors? And what about Countess Caro? I raise the spine of trepidation and hope the Brigadines can keep us all safe.
I promise to remain in Leyawiin Castle and help comb through the records when the scribe arrives. At this point, I want to know why someone is trying to kill us. Maybe even more than you do.
Bloodrun Cave is a dangerous place, whether the Dark Brotherhood is present or not. You and Evely should be on your guard at all times. Watch out for each other. I would hate to lose operatives as valuable as you two have been.
Remind me what we are dealing with.
Evely brought word of a threat against the former members of the Imperial Elder Council, including Councillor Leviticus. The threat seems to be related to a secret of the Longhouse Emperors. A secret concerning something called the Four Ambitions.
What are the 4 ambitions?
We don't actually know. We sent for an Imperial scribe to decipher the coded documents you found, but they have yet to arrive. In the meantime, we've been doing everything we can to protect the councillors from Dark Brotherhood assassins.
And are the councillors safe?
Leviticus, Valeria, and Vandacia are safely ensconced in Leyawiin Castle. Unfortunately, we couldn't save Jirik, Sophus, and Eivor. You found the Dark Brotherhood's calling card at every scene, yet the assassin you met claims they killed no one.
And do you believe them?
Assassins are not the most reliable source of truth. Still, that's part of what we're sending you to their sanctuary to determine. Good luck, mercenary. We're all counting on you.
I know. Goodbye.
Meet me at Bloodrun Cave. Glad you made it. I wasn't looking forward to going much deeper without you. So this is Bloodrun Cave, huh? Creepy. You go on ahead. I'll follow behind you. Make sure nothing tries to ambush us. I'll catch up farther in.
Tell me first, how are we supposed to find the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary?
Check the letter you found. It said something about a door located deeper inside the cave. And there was a strange line about death being the key, whatever that means. Go on. I'll follow along shortly. Cry for mummy. Still here. Thanks for asking. This place is huge! No sign of the Dark Brotherhood. A lot of creepy undead. Let's keep going.
After much searching, I, Tumamaxa, have found the tomb. My name may not hold weight right now, but someday it will send shivers down the spines of anyone who utters it. A great many lay entombed here, just as I expected. It is well hidden and, besides the creatures that live here, it seems relatively untouched. It will be a matter of true mettle to get through this place unscathed. But as soon as I can... Sorry.
I really don't like your odds. This looks promising. Let's talk. That creepy black door. That's gotta be the entrance to the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. I doubt it's as simple as turning a knob, because that door doesn't have one. Let me see that letter you found again. Wasn't there something about a key?
Okay, here you go.
Gutted, untold danger, long trek, clear out. Ah! Here it is. And remember, death, my brother. That's the key.
You need a pass phrase to open the black door. That definitely sounds like it.
You really do know your Dark Brotherhood stuff? Sure would have been helpful if you mentioned any of this a lot earlier. All right, assassin. Is that what I call you now? If you're so smart, go and open the door. I'll wait.
Okay.
Go ahead. See if that passphrase opens the creepy black door.
Is the sound that fills the unending silence.
Death, my brother.
The creepy black door? It talked to you?
Yes.
I find that both frightening and fascinating at the same time. All right, let's go see what's on the other side.
Still looking for your murderer? Well, you've come to the wrong place, my friends.
We found the black hands beside every body.
Must I say it again? You've been duped, and the Dark Brotherhood has been set up to take the blame.
You talk to the assassin. I'll watch the others.
Haven't we already had this conversation, brother? Tell your little wood elf friend that we are not her enemy, and go find the real killers. You know that the Dark Brotherhood doesn't play coy. If this was our doing, we would proudly admit it.
We just need answers, Elam.
I'd like some too. I'm curious to find out who has the gall to frame the Dark Brotherhood. And rather successfully, I might add. That's no small feat. Whoever it is, they managed to trick the lot of us. Crafty indeed.
Do you have any leads?
Nothing substantial. You're the closest link we have to who unknown enemy happens to be. Now that you're here, maybe you could... What?
Look out!
Now what? Cultists, portaling in. Quickly, secure the sanctuary.
That's the Order of the Waking Flame. What are they doing here? Come on, we need to figure out what's going on. problem, Sarah? This can't be a coincidence. Did the Waking Flame cultists follow us here? Those cultists that attacked the Dark Brotherhood. That's the Order of the Waking Flame. They're those Mehrunes Dagon fanatics that attacked me when I first tried to learn about Leovic's secret. We have to figure out how all this connects. In a big family, you have to know how to scrap. This flame is definitely trying to occupy this center. But why? Advance! I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Fall back! Close the portals! Warn the High Priest!
Oh, I think not. All right. What were we discussing before they so rudely interrupted us?
You talk to the Dark Brotherhood person. I'll keep watch for more of the cultists.
I assume this will satisfy your masters in Leyawiin. The Dark Brotherhood is not your enemy. The Order of the Waking Flame invaded our sanctuary and killed my brothers and sisters. I can't let them get away with that.
But why would cultists attack the sanctuary?
Seems to me the cultists didn't want you talking to me. Didn't want you hearing me tell you for the 100th time. The Dark Brotherhood didn't kill those counselors. If you ask me, those are your murderers. The Order of the Waking Flame.
The cultists do seem to be after the same thing Evely and I are looking for.
Opportunity and motive. Look, I don't know what that may be, and I don't want to know. But I do want to step through this portal and stick my dagger in their High Priest's throat.
Care to come along?
I will go with you into the portal.
Good. Now you'll see how a Dark Brotherhood assassin deals with unsanctioned targets. And please notice that I won't be dropping any notes or leaflets along the way. Come on. Let's go before the portal closes.
Stay with the assassin. I'll inform Captain Rianne and Councillor Leviticus about the cultists.
After you, but do hurry. I'd rather find out where those cultists were fleeing to before the portal closes. An alien ruin. Not the worst place for a Daedric cult to hide out. Let's look around. This definitely has a sense of Daedric cultist about it. Let's look around and see if we can find their high priest. I really do want to loosen his tongue before I slice it off. Oh, looks like I'm not the only one who leaves important papers lying about. Give that a read, why don't you?
High Priest's orders. The Wood Elf Archer has been a problem since Blake Draquilla. She and her friends are getting too close to learning the truth of Leovic's secret, and they continue to interfere with our efforts to gain possession of the Four Ambitions. Putting them on the trail of the Dark Brotherhood worked for a while. We bought ourselves time. Now to finish this. As your High Priest, I command you to follow them to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary. Recover the cache Leovic hid in the ruins and kill them all. Assassins and Leyawiin mercenaries alike. And once the Wood Elf is dead, see if this still carries the sacred book. I want that tome.
Their High Priest actually ordered them to kill us!
Yes.
This definitely has a sense of Daedric cultist about it. Let's look around and see if we can find their High Priest.
Okay, let's look around.
Amulet looks important. Better hang on to that. Mysterious notes. A close approximation of our calling card, but that entire pile is obviously a forgery. So the Order of the Waking Flame killed your counselors and placed the blame on the Dark Brotherhood. Then their High Priest sent his followers to kill us. Care to enlighten me as to what this is actually all about now?
We think the murders have something to do with the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
All this fuss and bother over an old Imperial secret? Let's review what we learned. The High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame sent cultists to the Sanctuary to eliminate both my Dark Brotherhood assassins, and you, and the Wood Elf.
And that pile of black handprints is evidence that they were trying to blame you for the murders.
Obviously the cult has someone watching you. They knew exactly when to attack, certain we'd all be in the Sanctuary. Plus, they were after some cache hidden there. So who are these cultists? And how well do you trust your masters in Leyawiin?
Are you suggesting the Marinus the Eagle cult has spies in Leyawiin Castle?
I'm not suggesting anything. Just following the clues. If the cultists are Dagonists, then their High Priest is probably a true fanatic. This secret must be pretty important, and most likely pertains to death and destruction. Let's keep searching.
Good idea.
Let's see if something deeper inside this ruin points us to the identity of the cult's High Priest. Figure out who they are, and you may learn more about this secret than you ever imagined. Oh, and you still have that amulet. It might come in handy.
Why are you so interested in figuring out who their High Priest is?
Because I owe them for besmirching the good reputation of the Dark Brotherhood and for ordering the deaths of my brothers and sisters. And because now, I'm curious. It's like an itch that needs to be scratched.
Do you know anything about the cache mentioned in the High Priest's orders?
No. The orders suggested it was placed in the Sanctuary after we abandoned it the first time. We hadn't finished reopening the place, and I hadn't run across any hidden caches. Another mystery, I suppose. Let's keep looking. Let's see if something deeper inside. This door looks impressive. Let's see what's on the other side.
metal.
Destroy!
Last of them? Oh, thank feck.
Let's see if something deeper.
We failed to kill all the assassins, and the Wood Elf and the mercenary are still alive.
Yes.
Where'd you go?
The High Priest isn't going to be happy about that, but we retrieved the cache hidden in the old sanctuary.
With the contents of the cache, the High Priest should be able to determine where to find the first ambition.
Agreed. And we will soon have the location of another one of the ambitions. As just another Imperial Counselor, the High Priest has them all fooled.
Now that's something new. What do you think? Sometimes listening provides the answer. Sometimes listening provides the answers we seek. It seems their High Priest is actually one of your counselors. That explains how they knew your movements. And they found whatever they were looking for in the sanctuary.
Right. Sounds like they know where to find one of the ambitions too. From Levic's secret.
I'd rather not know any more about this damn secret. It's cursed. But did you see how they opened that portal? They used their amulet on the pedestal. You still have the one we found. Let's find another pedestal and see if we can follow them. Keep looking. We need to find a pedestal like the one those cultists used. That pedestal looks promising. Let's talk before you try to open a portal. This may work. It may not. We may open a portal that takes us to the cultists, or we may open one to some dark and deadly corner of oblivion. Still, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, ready to try something daring?
I'm ready. What would you suggest?
It looked to me like the cultists used their amulet on the pedestal and opened a portal. Examine the pedestal and see if there's a place to fit the amulet. These Dagonist fools think they've gotten the better of us. Let's prove them wrong. Well, we have a portal. Time to find out if leaping into it turns out to be a good or bad idea. Well, we won't get any closer to answers standing here. Let's see where that portal leads. Looks like the portal sent us to another part of the Ayleid ruins. Let's see what's in this section.
I told you we were being followed, Acolyte.
Get back, you fetcher! Keep them on the back foot!
Well, this looks interesting. Plus, in my experience, any room you make it this difficult to get to has to contain something important. I suggest you look around.
Preserve the secret. Disastrix Sensora. The time of the four ambitions is almost upon us. We must accelerate our efforts or decades of planning will amount to naught. Emperor Leovic hid the ambitions and was killed before he could inform me of their locations. But they left clues in various hidden caches throughout the Empire. We can also ferret out the portions of the secret that my fellow councillors are aware of before we execute them, and yes, they must die to preserve the secret of the Longhouse Emperors. We will blame the Dark Brotherhood for their murders, thus deflecting suspicion from the Order of the Awakening Flame for as long as possible. Besides, I have recently learned that one of the Leovic's caches is hidden in their former Blackwood sanctuary. Send out our best acolytes, kill Steward Pharaoh Lupus and councillors Aba, Valeria, Etinia, Jirik, and Sophos. We may need to murder Leviticus as well. The former chief counselor is too smart for his own good and may realize what is happening and act against us before we can secure the four ambitions. I shall also plan an attack against myself. One that will be foiled, but will further implicate the Dark Brotherhood. Remember, do not contact me, I shall contact you. Nothing must reveal my true nature until the appropriate moment. In the name of our Lord of Fire and Flood, High Priest Vandacia.
Vandacia is the Order's High Priest? I knew I disliked the man the moment he had me beaten.
Disastrix Censor's Journal. I have already sent word to the exalted High Priest. The steward and 3 of the councillors are dead. Only Councillor Etinia eludes us, as the councillor is not currently in the province of Blackwood. I have also sent the documents we uncovered from the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. With that information, the High Priest should have no trouble determining the hidden location of the first of the 4 ambitions. Moreover, I have ordered the attack on Leyawiin Castle. Soon the documents kept by the other councillors will be ours. Then the locations of all the ambitions will be revealed. Now, I must step out and deal with pests that have entered the ruins. I think we've been followed from the sanctuary. I look forward to showing them the true power that the faithful of the Prince of Disaster can bring to bear when necessary.
We're too late. The location of the ambition was sent to the High Priest. What was that about an attack on Leyawiin Castle? So, now I know who needs to die for this grave insult to the Dark Brotherhood. Councillor Vandacia, the High Priest of the Waking Flame. But what do you make of that journal entry about the first ambition and an attack on Leyawiin Castle?
So, they sent whatever they found to Vandacia and apparently ordered the cultists to attack Leyawiin.
They got what they were after, and now they're sending their forces to kill the rest of the councillors. With the other councillors dead, Vandacia will be the only person who knows the secret of the Longhouse Emperors.
It's more than that. Leviticus has documents that reveal the locations of the remaining ambitions.
And Vandacia will do everything in his power to get his hands on those documents.
Yes.
I suppose your course is clear. You need to return to Leyawiin Castle as quick as you can.
And what are you going to do?
I'm going to stick around and deal with a few more of these Waking Flame cultists. Still have a little anger to work off after that attack on my sanctuary. I suggest you return to Leyawiin Castle with all due haste.
You will not come with me to defend the councillors.
I'm an assassin, not a soldier. I've done my part. Now go do yours. When I'm finished here, if Vandacia is still alive, well, then we'll see what we shall see.
Okay, brother.
I'm going to stick around. That portal should take you back toward the exit, or to some terrible plane of oblivion. One or the other. I'm going to stick around.
Get those doors open. We need to get to the counselors.
They're barred from the other side.
Mercenary, you've returned. Everly's attempting to breach the barracks. Go!
What are you trying to do? Stupid.
The Waking Flame cultists created a distraction. And like raw recruits, both Everly and I fell for it. As soon as we left the castle, they swarmed the place and barricaded themselves inside.
Are the counselors still alive?
I'm not sure. By the time we realized the distraction was nothing more than a ruse, the cultists had locked us out. If the cultists harm Leviticus, Vandacia, and the others, I won't rest until they pay.
So, I need to warn you about Vandacia. Counselor Vandacia is a traitor. He is the High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame.
What?
Yes.
Are you certain?
Yes.
Vandacia has served Blackwood and the Empire before that for more than 50 years. Enough.
Anyway.
We need to get inside. Then we can determine the truth of all this. Find Everly by the barracks and assist her.
Okay.
The Waking Flame cultists created a distraction. And like raw recruits, both Everly and I fell for it.
Steady. Wait for it. Now we can go in. Let's... Oh, you're here. Oh, thank Ifra you're back. Captain Rian and I... They tricked us. Lured us out of the castle. Now the place is locked down and I don't know if any of the counselors are still alive. I've mucked this up real good.
Counselor Vandacia is behind everything. He is the High Priest of the Order of the Waking Flame.
Vandacia?
Mm-hmm.
A traitor! He
Yes.
tricked us, lied to us, had his own colleagues murdered, and all to get his hands on a few Daedric weapons? But Lyrinth, the Dremora, she told me that the fate of the world was at stake. We need to reach the counselors.
Does that door lead into the castle?
Yes, the barracks connect to the rest of the castle. Since I dispatched the cultist guards, we can get to the counselors and the legates this way. Let's go, but stay alert. We're not sure how many of those cracked acorns are waiting for us in there. Hurry! We need to reach the counselors! We won't let Councillor Vandacia get away with this. He has to answer for those murders, and we can't let him and his cult get the ambitions. Come on. I can't believe Vandacia fooled us, or that he's in charge of these fanatics. You know, I like to think I'm agreeable. Don't want to ban out, but now I'm going to.
Vandacia, how could you?
Valeria, with everything at stake, how could I not?
Counselor Valeria! No! Don't panic! We can do this!
I knew things were tense, but I didn't think a war would break out the moment I reached the castle. The cultists spilled out of portals like ants erupting from anthills. It was all I could do to get out of the way and reach a place of safety.
At least you are alright, Baragon. It's good to see you.
And you as well. I arrived as quickly as I could, but even then I was too late to do more than glance at the coded documents. You should hurry, though. Vandacia went after Councillor Leovic, and he had murder in his eyes. Take my sister and go.
Come on! We don't have time to talk to my brother right now. We need to find Councillor Leovic. If he's still alive, we need to do everything possible to keep him that way. If he's not, then Vandacia has to pay.
Shouldn't we find out what your brother knows?
My brother will fill us in after we save Councillor Leovic and whoever else is still alive in the castle. And don't worry about Baragon. He can take care of himself. We have to keep looking for Leviticus.
I knew things were tense.
Come on!
Vandacia, you traitor.
I will finish what the Longhouse Emperors started, Leviticus. I will set loose the power of the Four Ambitions. Lord Dagon, hear your High Priest. Send forth a champion to destroy these messengers.
Kill it!
rise and obey.
Off with you, squid!
Don't worry about me. Deal with that creature.
Councilor Leviticus, you're alive.
Maybe
Let
I
me
should
get
have
you out
joined
of
the
here and
buoyant
somewhere
armatures.
safe.
Vandacia. The bastard fooled us all.
We won't let Councillor Vandacia get away with this. He has to answer for those murders, and we can't let him and his cult get the ambitions. Come on.
Friend of my sister, come, speak with me.
Now that Vandacia and his cultists have run off, you should talk to my brother, Baragon. He's the scribe that Councillor Leviticus sent for. I think he was able to translate at least part of the coded documents before Vandacia grabbed...
Thank the gods Councilor Leviticus and the legates survived the attack. Even Countess Caro was able to slip away unharmed. We were lucky. The casualty count could have been much higher.
A moment, please. Talk to the scribe while I catch my breath.
Now that we're out of immediate danger, I will say it is good to see you again. I only wish it was under better circumstances. I have good news, however. I deciphered the code in the documents you recovered.
And did the document tell you where to find the four ambitions?
I'm not sure. I only translated a small bit of the code before the assault began. It mentioned a vault to protect them, which I assumed to mean the ambitions. It's hidden in the Ogel Bok, but I'm not familiar with the term.
Ogel Bok?
Argonian, perhaps? It sounds like it, but
Yes.
I'm not sure. I haven't reported to Councillor Leviticus yet. Since it looks like he wants to talk to you now, please inform him of my findings. And tell him I apologize I wasn't able to decipher any more.
Don't worry, I will go to talk to Councillor Leviticus now.
Let Councillor Leviticus know what I deciphered from the coded document. That the vault that protects them is hidden in the Ogel Bok. I wish I had been able to finish translating all the documents before Vandacia stole them.
It's good to see you again, Baragon.
And you as well, my friend. Thank you for continuing to assist my sister. I know she can handle herself, but that doesn't mean I don't worry about her.
You know, why didn't Vandacia try to kill you, too?
I imagine he didn't think I had time to decipher any of the coded passages. I barely had a moment to look at the documents when the portals opened and his cultists burst in. Luckily, I'm very familiar with that particular code. It was my specialty.
We can tempt you to come with us to find the vault.
Alas, my adventuring days are long past. I'm much more comfortable these days with a quill and ink instead of a sword and shield. I'll stick around and ask if Councillor Leviticus requires any more of my services, though. As long as I'm here.
I heard what Baragon told you. Ogel Bok. I never heard of it either, but my brother sure picked a terrible time to admit that with all his vast knowledge, he doesn't know the word we need the most. Hey, Councillor Leviticus wants to talk to you. Vandacia will
Vandacia.
pay. I swear it.
Councilor Leviticus, you need to rest. Councilor Leviticus is ready to speak with you now. Just don't push him too hard. He's been through a terrible ordeal today.
Vandacia. A high priest of Mehrunes Dagon. Has he been a Daedric cultist all these years? I failed to see the signs, and now the councillors. They're all dead. Valeria, Sophis, Eivor, and Jirek.
Vandacia tricked us all. I only learned the truth after events at the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary.
Yes, of course. The sanctuary. I suppose this proves the Dark Brotherhood wasn't involved in the plot to murder us. What else did you uncover while you were away?
Vandacia is the cult's high priest. You already know it. And they know the location of one of the ambitions.
It's worse than that.
Yes.
Vandacia wrestled the documents you acquired from the other counselors away from the scribe. Once he translates them, he may know the location of all 4 of the ambitions.
Baragon translated a portion. It mentioned the Ojelbok, but he doesn't know that word.
Ojelbok?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that term.
Really?
It's Argonian.
Yes, we think it.
I believe it refers to a natural formation deep in the Blackwood marsh. But Vandacia was more familiar with that region than I. I know someone who can help us, though. I believe you already met her.
You know someone who can help us locate the hidden vault?
If the term leads us to the vault, so be it. All we can do is follow the clues we've been given. Talk to Keshu the Blackfin. If anyone can help us navigate the wilds of Blackwood, it's Governor Keshu. We may have lost the old documents to Vandacia, but the scribe came through and provided us a path ahead. You and Evely should go to Gideon. Talk to Governor Keshu. I'm sure she can pinpoint the location of the Ojelbok.
Do as Counselor Leviticus ordered, mercenary. While you and Evely track down the vault, I must redouble my efforts and make sure the legates and the Countess remain safe. My brigadines will be needed again before all is said and done, I'm sure.
Counselor Leviticus' suggestion is wise. If not Governor Keshu, someone in Gideon should know where to find the Ojelbok. If it's actually a place, that is. Just make sure you watch out for my sister. Evely is good, but she's still learning.
Damn. I can't believe Vandacia is a traitor and a cult leader. And he killed Valeria. Almost killed Leviticus. He's been ahead of us the entire time. We can't let him get to the ambitions. We just can't.
Counselor Leviticus recommends we go to the Gideon and ask Keshu about the term Ojelbok.
All right, we have a plan. In the meantime, we saved Counselor Leviticus, cleared the Dark Brotherhood of the murders, and determined Vandacia is the traitor and leader of the cult. You did good, my friend. Here, your share of our compensation.
Thank you. Walking Flame's Bow of Rebellion.
So, the information from the former counselors points to an Argonian location. Someplace called the Ojelbok. Vandacia ran off with the documents before we could learn more. Now we need to figure out what it means before his cultists beat us to it.